So last week, Monday, we talked about how sometimes the people in your neighborhood, in your community, see God moving into their neighborhood because they see you doing good things in that space. Now, if you didn't see that video and you weren't on the ride as we drove around this particular community, around the Lacombe County area, well, you should check out the video. I'll post a link down below and also in a bubble around here somewhere. I can never remember where those go. And click on it and have a look as we walk around or as I drive around this area. And comment on that video down below on where you see, if you recognize any of the towns or any of the places that I drove through. Thinking about where you might live and where you might be. And I think there are a number of ways that we show God in our neighborhoods. I mean, first, it's simply through the ways that we interact with them on a daily basis at our work, or as we go to their workspaces, or how we conduct business, or the ways that we purchase groceries, or how we live and adjust to other people at school, or how we encounter them in different places. So first of all, of course, it's just kind of the way that we walk around and engage with people in the world. I think the second way that people see how God has moved into their neighborhood when Christians are there and active is through the church community itself, through the ways in which the church works to be a blessing in that particular space and invites them to fun things and tells them about the love of God and does things for them, offers help at Christmas time or maybe some micro loans in order to help them through some difficult situations, or provides funds for all kinds of other organizations that are happening around. I think that's another way, and maybe the second way, that we see God moving into a neighborhood when Christians are active in that neighborhood. Now, another way, and maybe a more impactful way that people around us see God moving into their neighborhoods, is the ways that we as Christians, as individuals, volunteer in various capacities around us. Because it shows that we're there to seek and to help other people in those particular spaces without anything on our behalf. So we volunteer for the potato board or the dairy board, or maybe we join the local chamber of commerce, or perhaps we join the local Rotary Club, or maybe the Kinsmen or the Kinettes, or all of these different kinds of organizations are around, and they exist many times to help serve the community in which we are often a part of. And when we choose to engage, to volunteer in those particular spaces, we show people that we are choosing to give of our time, our precious time and resources, in order to make the world a better place, something that God calls us to do. Now, that's a very brief summary of 3 different ways that we can show how God has moved into a particular community or into a particular neighborhood through the ways that we live and act in those different spaces. So what are some of the ways that you volunteer of your time and your talents and your treasures? How do you give some of what God has given to you in order to make the space around you a better place? How does God show up in your neighborhood through you as you give into those spaces? I'll start. I'm currently the president of the Rotary Club of Lacombe as we merge a couple of clubs and continue to seek the ways in which we can help serve the general area of Lacombe. How are you engaging in service to others?